Hello, my friends. It's Pastor Sue coming to you again with a video update for this week. And today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about making it through this time together, and especially in your families. I know that it's tough and that we all need a little bit of encouragement and some strategies to sort of make our way through this. And so I want to offer you a few suggestions that you can do to kind of help yourself and help your families, and especially help the kiddies who might be younger, of course, going through this time together. So first off, what I really want to say is you're doing okay. And if you need some encouragement, this is it. You're doing good. We've made it through this far, and we will make it through together. So hold on to that. You're doing the best you can. We're all writing the book on this as we go through it. But knowing what has happened and what works from other tragedies that we've gone through, here's some tips for you. First of all, try and be a non-anxious presence in your family. Now, that sounds really complex and complicated and sometimes impossible. But if we can try and keep our own self not that anxious, it permeates to the rest of those that are around us, especially young children. The more we become anxious, the more we become upset, it translates into the rest of our families. So if we can do that, it'll help a lot. So how do you remain less anxious? Use some time of quiet for yourself. Investigate online yoga classes or chair yoga, or some times of quiet and meditation, or listening to favorite music. Use some time each day to calm yourself, and it will pass on to the rest of your family. Especially for families with young children, or even those who are middle school and high school. Parents, watch what you say around your children. Those kinds of attitudes of anger or mistrust continue to be parroted by our children and taken in very deeply. And when they find out that you're angry, when they find out you're anxious, they become that way too. Another thing we can do is limit our use of media exposure. Don't have the TV on all day. Don't have it tuned to the news channels all the time. If you want to have the TV on, look up a good cooking show or some comedy or something like that. But better yet, limit that exposure entirely. Read together. Play a game. Invent some new ones. And try and do things that don't involve the media. We get media saturated, and that makes us more anxious. Take a Sabbath day or two away from media, or even an afternoon away from your cell phone. Put it down in a place and leave it alone, even though you're getting notices. Try and leave that. Maybe it has to be on a weekend because you're receiving business calls. But try and limit that time. You'll be surprised how much calmer you are. For families, and especially those with children, make sure that you're keeping to a routine. Our kids thrive on routine. They thrive on boundaries. They want to know what the limits are and when things will happen. So keep to a routine. It may be different from what your usual routine used to be, but try and establish a routine that works for you and then stick to it in your family life. It'll help your way through this. Parents, you are a source of comfort for your children. Make sure there's some time every day just for cuddles, just for talking, just for quiet together with good hugs. And in fact, that's good for all of us. If you're alone, use that time to reach out to somebody. Reach out with comfort for someone else, maybe over the phone, not on FaceTime or Zoom, but just a phone call. And let others do that for you too also. And then there's that great thing to do. It's a hug. And even if you're alone, remember, right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder, and give a hug. A hug to yourself while you're talking with someone else, and know that that hug is from them. Try and do these things, and it will reduce the anxiety in your household and help us get through all of this together. And while you're at it this week, in your prayers, please make sure to include our emergency medical services staff. This is EMS week, when we honor and celebrate those who work in emergency medical services, the paramedics, the technicians. In the Bartlett area and the surrounding areas, these are mostly our firefighters. A lot of the work that they do is emergency medical services. They're the front lines for every community around here. So keep them in your prayers and offer them a word of thanks. Send them a card, shoot them an email, let them know you appreciate the work that they do. Have a great week, and we'll talk with you next week and hopefully offer some more tips and some more updates on what's going on around here. In the meantime, if you need a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, please get those orders in to Bob and know that together we can get through this. Have a good week.